Hey guys, in this video I'll be explaining how to use Implosion properly in Dragonflight and maybe even upcoming expansions depending on how long they choose to keep the talent with the Imp Gang Boss talent. Super cool name. Imp Gang Boss gives you a 30% chance to summon an Imp Gang Boss that will deal 50% increased damage with its fireballs. But the interaction that we are the most interested in when it comes to AoE and implosions is that when you implode an Imp Gang boss, it will summon a completely fresh wild imp, which is super cool because then you can implode that imp and that imp can turn into an Imp Gang boss. So essentially you get a lot more imps to implode, more implosion damage, more damage overall. We're very happy. Please don't check my math, but I think it's about 2.3 imps because of the interaction where Imp Gang Boss can do another Imp Gang Boss. You get 2.3 imps per shard instead of 1 when you spawn the actual Imp Gang Boss. Now, previously when you were imploding, you were focusing a lot on putting it into from the shadows window, from the shadows being this talent over here. That makes your Dreadbite take 20%. Dreadbite causes a target to take 20% additional Shadow Flame damage, Implosion being Shadow Flame damage, and then Dread Lash making your Dreadbite cleave so you can put it out on AoE. Like this was basically kind of a window where you wanted to condense all of your implosions into, and I made a video about this before. Now with Imp Gang Boss, this goes completely out the window, and the only thing you need to care about is to implode all your imps before they time out. Now, with the Demon Timer, as I will link in the description below and show you here, this is completely trivial. I don't currently use one because it's not technically needed if you're familiar with the spec, but if you're beginning to come into Demonology, maybe you played Affliction or Destruction before, don't really know a whole lot about it, then definitely would recommend playing with the timers for your demons and imps so you can maximize the value of your implosions. Because again, the whole idea is that you want to implode every single imp that you have before it expires while using as few globals on those implosions as possible. You don't want to summon 3 imps, implode, summon 3 imps, implode. Then you can summon 6 imps or 9 imps or 12 imps or 20 imps and then implode. As long as you implode every imp while using as few globals as possible on the actual implosion casts, that's how you maximize the DPS. But enough talk, let's get into the gameplay. So I'm sitting here in Borealis. This is live servers before launch. So if you're watching this after launch, don't be alarmed at the numbers or HP or there's nothing weird going on here. It's just these are AoE dummies and I like AoE dummies. So pretty much all you do is like you do your rotation like normal. I'm gonna get some demon timers up here. And then before this bar gets to 0, I will press Implosion. And there you see, I had 2 Imp Gang bosses, so I spawned 2 more of them. And now I will press Implosion before they time out. And this is it. You literally do not change your rotation at all compared to single target, except for the fact that you will just press Implosion before any of these bars time out. Preferably cutting it close rather than not close. I'm not pressing cooldowns right now, just to show you how it will flow outside of cooldowns. When you're in cooldowns, just to show that as well, like let's just cast a Tyrant here, summon some imps, cast a Tyrant, cast a Fellstorm, right? And then the imp energy freezes. You don't want to implode during your Tyrants. If you can help it, if all the ads are gonna die anyway, then you can. And then after this, I will press Implosion. And now I will get a ton more imps here. You can see here I already have 15 imps. Implode again. You just watch the timer and implode before any of them time out. It feels pretty good to play. Imp Gang Boss is just a good talent. The only thing that can be slightly annoying with the gameplay is if you have an invisibility skip in a Mythic Plus dungeon or something of the sort, then you might have to implode several times to get rid of all your imps so they don't do any funky stuff when shrouding or invis potting or anything like that. But yeah, that's it. The link to the weak aura that I was using it will have all the other demon timers, but you can just, if you only want the imp timers, you can do that in the custom options in the week aura. It will be in the description below, along with the link to my stream. Make sure to follow me there. If you have any questions, write them in the comments or ask me on my Discord. Also will be linked down below. Have a good night, guys, and I hope this helped.